Chosen ones, listen closely, because the air right now feels charged, heavy, almost electric. You're not imagining it. There's a reason your spirit feels unsettled, like something beneath the surface is stirring. That reason is Uranus turning retrograde. Most people only hear the word and think chaos, but they never stop to ask chaos for what? For you, it is not destruction. It is the hidden design of your comeback. This isn't just astrology. For centuries, monks have studied rhythm, timing, and the cycles of nature. They understood that disruption was never random. It was the universe shifting the ground beneath your feet so you could finally move. Uranus in retrograde is not an enemy. It is a mirror, and in that mirror the truth you've been avoiding is revealed. In this video, I will take you deeper than surface predictions. You will learn why these days matter more than you think. You will see how the principles of Shaolin discipline, silence, breath, timing, and letting go become your tools to master the unexpected. You'll uncover why this energy is not just about change in the sky, but about awakening within you. By the end, you'll understand how to take this season of reversal and turn it into momentum. You'll know why the setbacks are not setbacks at all, but corrections, realignments that force you into the path meant for you. And you will feel the power to step forward when others hesitate. So stay with me, chosen ones. Every word here carries weight, and missing even one may cost you the message designed for you. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, where ancient wisdom meets the fire of your spirit. If you seek mastery and truth, join our family, subscribe now, and walk this path with us. There's a moment in every warrior's life when resistance becomes heavier than the burden itself. You fight the storm, but the more you push, the more it breaks you. In Shaolin teaching, we do not call that defeat. We call it the invitation to surrender. Surrender is often misunderstood. People think it means giving up, stepping aside, or admitting weakness. But true surrender is not passive. It is an act of profound courage. It is standing still as the storm approaches, allowing its winds to strip away the false layers you cling to. When you no longer run, you finally see what has been chasing you, your own fear, your own ego, your own shadow. I remember training on the mountain, holding a posture so painful the body screamed to escape. Every instinct told me to resist, to fight, to flee. But the master's voice was steady. Do not run, do not fight, allow. That was surrender, not abandoning strength, but opening the door to the truth beneath the pain. This retrograde brings the same teaching. The energy rising within you may feel uncomfortable, restless, even frightening. Yet this is where surrender becomes your greatest ally. Instead of wrestling with it, let it land. Let the discomfort enter your body. Let the thoughts surface without disguise. The moment you allow, you witness. And the moment you witness, the hidden patterns reveal themselves. Fear softens when you meet it. Ego shrinks when exposed to light. Doubt dissolves when you stop feeding it resistance. The Shaolin path has always been about this, meeting the raw edges of existence without turning away. When you surrender, you are not falling down. You are standing open wide enough for truth to enter, strong enough to face what has been buried within. There are seasons when movement serves us, and there are seasons when movement blinds us. Right now the call is not to rush forward, but to grow still. Stillness is not empty. It is not silence without purpose. It is the sharpening of attention until even a single breath becomes a lesson. One breath in, one breath out. This is the oldest training a monk receives. Before strength, before forms, before combat, there is breath. The mind wants to wander, the body wants to fidget, the world wants to demand. Yet the monk returns again and again to the rhythm of air filling the lungs, then leaving them. Why? Because in that rhythm lies mastery. Uranus moving backward feels like upheaval, old patterns breaking, unexpected truths surfacing, paths twisting in ways you cannot predict. Most people panic when the ground shifts, but Shaolin discipline teaches something different. Pause, let the shock arrive, but do not let it command you. Stay with the breath. When you do, the nervous system rewires itself. The old reflex of fear loses its grip. Reaction transforms into response. Think of stillness as a blade being honed. Every pause sharpens your edge. Each breath smooths away what is dull, impatient or frantic. In this way, stillness does not make you weaker in the storm, it makes you unshakable. Ancient masters knew that the ability to stop in the middle of chaos is greater than the ability to strike. One breath becomes a fortress. One pause becomes a shield. This retrograde is not here to undo you. It is here to test whether you can stand firm in the face of uncertainty, holding steady in the breath, unmoved by the noise, and quietly ready for what comes next. There is a fire that does not destroy, a fire that does not scorch the skin or consume the world outside. It is the inner flame, the heat that rises from your core when breath and will are united. In Shaolin practice, this fire is cultivated slowly through discipline, through patience, through a body trained to listen. It is not wild, it is steady. And because it is steady, it gives life instead of taking it. During Uranus retrograde, life may feel scattered, restless, pulled in too many directions. Old habits and distractions will try to drain you. This is where the teaching of inner fire matters most. The task is not to chase every spark outside, but to draw energy inward, like a monk in meditation, holding warmth in the center of the body. Breath is the doorway. As the lungs expand, the fire is stoked. As the breath settles, the flame stabilizes. The more you return to this cycle, the less the outer noise can touch you. Energy once wasted on fear, on overthinking, on endless reaction, now gathers in one place, clear, calm and ready. Think of it as conserving fuel. A traveler in the desert does not spill water on the ground. He guards every drop. In the same way, you must guard your energy. Every thought, every word, every action is either a leak or an investment. The retrograde burns away what is shallow, so you can see what is essential. Clarity comes when the flame inside outshines the confusion outside. This is not about becoming louder or faster. It is about becoming centered enough that nothing can scatter you. In this way, the inner fire becomes your compass, lighting the path back to focus, balance, and mastery. Life rarely warns you before it shifts. One moment is steady, the next is overturned. Uranus is often called the planet of surprise, but when it turns backward, the surprises don't arrive from the outside. They rise from within you, old emotions resurfacing, truths you avoided, sudden sparks of realization that shake the foundations you thought were stable. For the untrained, this feels unsettling, but in the Shaolin way, surprise is part of the training. A monk never assumes the ground will stay firm. During practice, the master may strike without warning, change the rhythm of the drill, or alter the sequence of movements. At first the student stumbles, frustrated by the unpredictability, but slowly through repetition, a new quality emerges, agility, not only of body, but of mind. The student learns to adapt without resistance, to move with the change instead of against it. This retrograde invites the same discipline. When a hidden memory surfaces, meet it with curiosity instead of panic. When a sudden urge to change course arises, pause and explore it rather than dismiss it. These shocks are not punishments, they are reminders that life is alive, that you are not a machine locked into old patterns. Agility here is not speed, it is awareness. The ability to adjust your stance when the unexpected appears. The ability to bend without breaking, to feel the disruption without losing balance. In this way, Uranus backward becomes a master disguised as chaos, teaching you to train the subtler muscles of your spirit. Each shock, if received with discipline, sharpens your readiness. Each surprise becomes another lesson in the art of staying centered while everything else shifts around you. There is a weight we carry that has nothing to do with the body. It is the stories we tell ourselves about what we are allowed to become, about where we will fail, about the limits that seem permanent but are only shadows of the past. Shaolin discipline begins by cutting through these attachments. A monk learns that strength is not only about holding on, but about releasing what no longer serves. Uranus in retrograde brings this lesson into focus. The disruptions it stirs often tear at the fabric of your identity. Roles you've clung to may feel unstable, Beliefs about your worth may be questioned. At first, this feels like loss, but in truth, it is freedom. The universe is not punishing you, it is clearing space. In the monastery, young disciples often arrive carrying the expectations of their families, the pride of their past, the fear of their weaknesses. The training strips all of this away. Day after day, the forms are repeated until ego has no place to hide. The body aches, the mind resists, but slowly a shift happens. They discover who they are without the stories. This retrograde offers you the same chance. Let go of the identity built on failure, on doubt, on comparison. Say farewell to the voice that insists you cannot change. These are not truths, they are chains. The discipline of release is as vital as the discipline of practice. When you cut an attachment, you do not lose yourself, you uncover yourself. The one who is lighter, freer, unafraid to walk a new path. Uranus retrograde clears away the lies, so that you can finally stand in the raw clarity of your own being, unlimited, unbound, and ready to move forward. Calmness is often mistaken for escape, a quiet face, a still posture, a smile that hides the storm beneath. But true mindfulness is not a mask. It does not cover what is broken, it exposes it. Like a lamp carried into a dark cave, it shines on the corners where denial has lived for years. During this retrograde, the universe presses that lamp into your hands. Old patterns, long avoided, may suddenly rise to the surface. Feelings you thought were buried begin to speak. This is not failure, it is the work. To be mindful is to stand still, long enough to hear what is uncomfortable, and to choose not to run from it. The ancients knew this discipline well. In Shaolin, silence was never about appearing calm, it was about making space for truth to speak. A monk sitting in meditation does not escape the chatter of the mind. Instead, he meets it. He watches the fear, the pride, the anger, and in watching, strips them of their power. Brutal honesty begins in this moment, when you no longer pretend that weakness is strength, or that wounds have healed when they have not. This retrograde asks you for the same courage. Look directly at what is still chaining you. Is it fear of judgment? Is it the comfort of old habits? Is it the secret belief that you are not enough? Let the answers sting if they must, but do not turn away. Once seen clearly, those shadows lose their grip. Honesty dissolves illusion, and from that raw clarity, you can finally step forward, not with borrowed confidence, but with grounded truth. The path ahead may not be smooth, but it will be real, and it will belong to you. Strength is not built in a single day, nor is mastery found in one grand effort. It comes from repetition, the quiet, steady rhythm of practice that reshapes both body and mind. In the monastery, a young monk does not begin with great leaps or powerful strikes. He begins with slow, simple movements, repeated until they become part of his very being. Over time, these repetitions carve resilience into his bones. This retrograde invites you into the same kind of training. Life may feel disrupted, paths uncertain, emotions unsettled. The instinct is to force a breakthrough, to demand quick answers, but the wiser path is slower. Begin with small rituals that bring you back to yourself. One breath drawn fully in and fully released. A few moments of silence at dawn before the day begins. A stretch, a walk, a gentle movement that awakens the body without rush. These small practices are not insignificant. They are the foundation of inner strength. Think of them as threads woven daily into your spirit. Alone, one thread seems fragile, but with each day, each repetition, the threads form a fabric strong enough to carry you through storms. Resilience is not born from sudden bursts of willpower. It is grown in the patient discipline of showing up again and again even when no one sees. The retrograde is a time of turning inward, of rebuilding what may have been neglected. Use it to return to these basics, to strip life back to essentials. Just as the monk repeats his forms until the body remembers, you repeat your rituals until the soul steadies. And in that steadiness, you discover a resilience that no outer disruption can take away. On the surface, the monk appears alone. Hours of silence, long walks across stone courtyards, endless training in the stillness of dawn. Yet even in solitude, he is never truly by himself. The walls of the temple hold the echoes of generations before him, their sweat, their prayers, their lessons. Each strike of his staff, each breath in meditation, is joined by countless others who walk the same path. Strength flows in and out of this shared lineage. Uranus retrograde can stir feelings of separation, friends may drift, support may seem distant, the world may feel colder than usual, but solitude does not mean abandonment. Within you lives an entire community, your ancestors, your spiritual memory, your inner guides. Their voices may not speak loudly, but they whisper through intuition, through dreams, through the quiet knowing that rises when you stop to listen. Shaolin discipline teaches that connection is not only built outside, it must first be found within. When a monk bows before the temple altar, he is not worshipping distance, he is acknowledging the line of wisdom that runs through him. You carry the same thread, the courage of those who came before, the strength of those unseen, the silent support of mentors you may never meet in flesh, but feel in spirit. During this retrograde, turn toward that inner community. In moments of doubt, close your eyes and breathe into it. Remember that your lineage is not broken, it lives through you. The solitude is training, not punishment. And in that training, you discover that you are part of something far larger, woven into a fabric of souls who rise, endure and guide from within. You are never truly walking alone. Every rhythm has its purpose. The tides rise and fall, the moon waxes and wanes, the seasons turn without asking permission. A monk watching the sky does not command the stars to move faster. He studies their rhythm and adjusts his own steps accordingly. This is the wisdom of alignment, knowing that timing is a teacher, not an obstacle. Uranus retrograde belongs to this same cosmic rhythm. It is not a mistake in the heavens, but a turning of the wheel. The energy pulls you inward, slows what once rushed forward, and reorders what you thought was fixed. To fight this is to exhaust yourself against the tide. To align with it is to discover the hidden current carrying you toward transformation. Discipline means patience with timing. In the monastery, a student may wait months before being allowed to advance, repeating the same form until frustration softens into understanding. The lesson is clear. The pause is not wasted time. The pause is part of the journey. This retrograde invites you to see your own life through that lens. Your comeback is not delayed, it is being synchronized with a larger pattern. What rises now within you is connected to what shifts beyond you. The obstacles, the silences, the unexpected reversals, they are not only personal tests, they are signs of a universal rhythm unfolding, and you are woven into it. Let that awareness steady you. You are not out of step, you are moving with the dance of the cosmos itself. Trust that rhythm, breathe into its pauses, and align your intention with its flow. In doing so, your comeback becomes more than recovery, it becomes a movement in harmony with the universe. So as you move through these days, remember this retrograde is not here to scatter you, it is here to refine you. Every pause, every disruption, every hidden truth rising to the surface is a chance to practice presence, courage, and discipline. The teachings of Shaolin remind us that mastery is built in small steps, a single breath, a daily ritual, the choice to face rather than flee. Carry this into your life now. When the unexpected comes, breathe. When doubt whispers, be honest. When old stories return, cut them loose. Let your inner fire guide you, steady and clear, until your comeback is not just survival but transformation. May this season be one of alignment and renewal for you. Thank you for walking this path with us. If these words spoke to your spirit, join our family by liking this video and subscribing to Shaolin Soulfire, where ancient wisdom continues to light the way forward. Peace be with you.